Here's a video I did some years ago in 2014. I'm just putting it up now. It commemorates the flight of the first commercial airline, and it was in our neighborhood from St. Pete to Tampa. And the guy who did it, the pilot, was named Tony Jannus, and I have a reference I'll give you to his career. All this happened 10 years after the Wright brothers. The way from St. Pete to Tampa was very torturous by automobile. This made it a lot easier and was really the birth of commercial aviation right here in Florida. The reason this model was brought to Tavares, which is my neck of the woods, was because Tavares has touted itself as Airplane City. It has facilities now for airplane landings and takeoffs, and in fact has a manufacturer of airplanes on the lake. It's Lake Dora. So at any rate, it is very nice of them to bring over this replica of the plane. In fact, they made another replica that actually was flight worthy, and for the 75th anniversary, and that is housed in the museum. So at any rate, this one may very well be at the St. Pete Clearwater Airport. Unfortunately, Tony died when very short life. He was instructing Russian airmen in Russia, teaching them flight skills, and the airplane crashed. So the engine failed, airplane crashed. At any rate, I'll give you a reference to that article so you can read more on Tony, and read more about the flight of the Benoist. I think they mentioned it was going about 60 miles an hour and maybe 50 feet above the land. And in this case, it was the Gulf. So I hope you enjoyed that. Here's another bunch of articles about the flight. Now they named an area where this plane wound up in St. Pete as Jannus Landing, named in honor of Tony. And they have concerts there, so it's still a very popular area. I think it's nice that they named it in his honor.